Everybody's got a song inside. Everybody's got a sunny side. Sure as every ocean's got a tide. Everybody's got a song inside.
Roland, Willits, Old Men Stories. And today our subject is alternate sports. That's going to be our show. And I have a lady, I don't know about all the alternate sports she has, but all her family seems to do some type of alternate sports. And she is my aunt-in-law. And we're in Texas, so in-laws and outlaws are really famous here. And her name is Jane Davis. Hello, Jane.
Hello, how are you today?
And you want to know something? I am so happy because I've said about 3 sentences in a row around you.
I can tell you you're in God's country.
Yes, I am. I sure am in
We
God's
have
country.
a lot of unusual sports in San Angelo and surrounding area. One of them is wild hog hunting.
Whoa.
The ranchers pay people to come out and kill the hogs to keep them from eating up the pastures. And they have turkey shoots. We have one of the biggest boat races in America in May.
What kind of boats?
Speed boats that go in excess of 200 miles an hour.
And you got to get, this is West Texas.
I don't care.
And
It's on Lake Nasworthy every year. They come from all over the United States. We're big on rodeos, on cow shows, horse shows. We have a wonderful rodeo and fat stock show in the last of February where they ride bulls and broncs and do all kinds of stuff. And then they have the mutton busting for children where they ride the sheep.
You're kidding me.
No, and they wear
wow.
helmets for safety, and the little bitty kids from 3 years old and up get to ride the sheep out in the arena. And whoever gets to stay on their sheep the longest gets the prize.
Whoa.
And so naturally, I love that because that's the cutest part of the whole rodeo to me. And we have things like our balloon rides in the spring when we have the Fiesta on the Concho. We have wonderful, wonderful sports. We have a place not too far from here where you can have parachute jumping out of airplanes and things like that. We have lots of races, car races. We have stock car racing and nearly anything in the world you'd want to do. We just need more rain.
You need more rain. You have rain dances too, don't you?
Yes, we do. And a lot of prayer. A lot of people praying for rain. But if we had plenty of rain, there wouldn't be any end to what we could do in sports and water skiing and things like that we have in sailboats on our lakes and things like that.
You have 2 sons. What are their names?
Mike and Jeff Davis. They're both
Cool.
retired policemen. They both fish and hunt and do all kinds of things. Jeff is in the roping association and
Yeah, what a roping association.
It's team roping. He ropes with another guy. He rides the horse and ropes the calf. The other guy jumps off his horse and ties the calf up, and they time it to whoever does it the fastest.
Now that's an unusual sport. And where does he do that? Here in San
all
Angelo?
around. Lots of rodeos around the surrounding area.
Okay,
yes.
so how many times do you do this a year?
Well, usually about 3 or 4.
3 or 4. Whoa.
His little daughter's now learning to ride, and she's been practicing on the barrels on her little Shetland horse.
So that's another activity,
Yeah.
isn't it? That the young girls do here.
The barrel racing is really big at the rodeo. The girls are real good at it too. A lot of them are raised on horses and have been on ranches all their lives, so they love doing that. We have a lot of different activities that involve animals. Llama, we even have llamas around here.
Yeah, llama races?
Yeah, they might. I don't know about that. We do have lots of quail hunting.
Llamas
dove
are new, aren't
hunting,
they? Yeah.
Yeah. And we just have a whole lot of nature around San Angelo. If we could just get a lot of rain, we'd sure have wonderful hunting and deer hunting and my boys both have trophy deers that they've had mounted with big antlers and everything. And this past week they went wild hog hunting up in the piney woods of Texas, and all of them got a hog, but Jeff couldn't find his.
The girls got it. They never good hunting.
But it's a wonderful place. It's a resort place. He has 7,500 acres of wetlands and hunting lands and lodges. And they had their own chef and everything. They cooked their meals. And it was really a wonderful experience for them. He also has duck hunting on his preserve and deer hunting, things like that. But wild hog is one of their biggest things they have.
Yeah, and these are different than the javelina, aren't
Yes, they are. They're big, 300 and 400 pound hogs.
Wild, they were domesticated wild.
That's right.
And
Make good ham and good sausage. And he dresses them out. They quarter them and skin them, and then they bring them home in their coolers to finish cutting them up.
Wow.
For bacon and everything. It's a real good sport around here, and especially in the piney woods where they're so thick. They're much thicker than deer down in the piney.
Is that right?
Yeah, and they're huge.
And they're night hunting. You hunt them at nighttime, don't
Yeah, that's the only time they come out for you to be able to hunt.
So they sort of hibernate in, and then at night they come out, and that's when you hunt them.
That's right. We have another big thing we have is our tractor pulls at the Coliseum.
Oh yeah,
And boy,
tractor pulls.
They come from everywhere. These humongous tractors, and the tractor pool is real popular around here.
Oh, that is an unusual
Yes,
sport,
it is.
isn't it?
Very.
And they hook up with cables, right?
Yeah.
And
Mud, dirt going every which way, but
I
it's really
bet it
neat.
really sprays it.
Of course, I don't know if any other state has, tractor pools or not. I guess they do.
Well, they have tractor pulls all around, but it is an unusual sport. It is not one of the standard ones you find.
Yeah.
Oh.
We have exotic ranches around here where the big exotic game is,
Yes.
elk and things like that they pay quite a bit of money to get to hunt.
I saw those. Those are the ones with the really high fences,
That's right.
and on the top of the really high fences.
That's right.
Those fences are at least they look 10 feet,
They are. They're just
and then
about
10 feet, and then on top of them they have barbed wire right in top.
trying to keep them from jumping the fence.
Yeah, you
They
don't want a
jump
lion or
pretty
a
good.
tiger to jump that fence.
That's right.
And they have really different horned animals, and it's a preserve because they just shoot the ones that get too many of them.
That's right. And the turkeys hunts are really good. The turkeys have eaten wild turkey, and it's just exactly like domesticated, only it's really good for you. There's no fat or anything on them. They're usually eating acorns and things like that, and that's what they survive on.
Yeah, we saw one. One. It was just sort of the tail feathers because it got hit by a car. But
We also have rattlesnake hunts.
oh, do you have them
Yes.
here also?
In the Coliseum, they have humongous rattlesnakes, hundreds of them.
Wait, what do you call it in?
At the Coliseum.
What's a coliseum?
It's a huge arena where we have our rodeos and our fat
Well,
slot
how do you
show
get
and
rattlesnakes in there?
everything. They just put the cages in the dirt and everything.
So
in there.
they actually go capture the
Yeah,
rattlesnakes out
capture
of
them around Sweetwater and in between in the hills between here and Sweetwater.
How far is Sweetwater?
What did you say? 80 miles, Eddie?
About
Sweetwater.
80 between here and there. It's about 80 miles.
That is the biggest rattlesnake hunt that I know of in
And
Texas. at Sweetwater.
They have rattle, and then they grab them and capture a bunch of them.
They get prizes for the biggest rattler, the longest rattles, the most rattles on the rattlesnake. They fry them. They serve you rattlesnake meat if you're real brave and want to eat it. But I wasn't very brave, so I didn't eat it.
And they seem to have more rattles, so they're a perpetual type thing. They reproduce themselves fast enough.
That's right.
So they always have rattlesnakes available.
That's right. And they do want them hunted because they do multiply. And, they're real dangerous around chickens and things like that.
They
and
are
farmers.
around humans.
Yes. We also have rooster fights. It's illegal, but don't tell anybody I told you.
We won't tell anyone. The whole world will know, but we won't tell anyone.
I know.
We don't know who they are.
They don't know who I am.
We don't know.
That's the main
They
thing.
don't know who we are either, but they
But-
do.
They do have big rooster fights. And
Okay,
they're in secret places.
they're in
And
secret
they bet
places.
lots of money and win lots of money.
So you have big gambling in roosters.
That's right.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's brand new to me. And
My best
never heard
friend's
about it.
husband raised fighting roosters. And
Oh,
sold them and went to the meets and stuff. But you sure better watch out for the police because they're looking for you.
yeah. Look, yeah. It is not
And
a
they fight
smile
to the
on
death.
it. I know they do. Yes.
They wear those steel gaps.
The steel
and
things.
they're
Yeah.
sharp.
Yeah. You gotta kill them. You gotta kill them quietly, or it's no good.
That's right.
Yeah, you gotta just
You
sort of.
don't turn loose yourself around them either, because if
No.
you do, they'll gaff you.
That's right. They're mean, aren't
You're
they?
scared of them.
They're dangerous.
That's right.
Any other kind of fighting like that? You know, like wild. I'm trying to think of the wolverines or anything. None of that stuff.
We have even bobcats around here.
Bobcats. But you don't hunt them or anything. 'cause
No,
there's
well,
not
you
that
kill
many
them
of
if
them.
you see them, but I mean, you don't.
You don't see them too often, do you?
But they're pretty good size.
There's-
We have coyotes, we have wolves. They're way out toward Mexico, in the desert part.
Yeah.
There's lots of stuff like that.
And which one was it? Was it Jeff or was it Mike that went down and hunted and was a rancher after his tour in the as a
He
peace
lived
officer.
on a ranch for a long time for his father-in-law
Right.
on his big ranch. And it had all kinds of wild animals and things out there, bobcats, everything.
And he was a control person. He would, if there was too many of something,
That's
he
right.
would help control it. That's cool.
We have horse racing. We have really beautiful quarter horses around here.
Oh,
Mike
yeah.
has 4 horses now, and his mare is a
Well, quarter horse.
horse.
Quarter horse racing. That's
Yeah,
unusual.
they're very beautiful.
Either one of your
thoroughbred
boys
horses.
do any of those riding?
No, they don't race them. Mike just has his for pets. but-
So so one of your sports is just riding horses,
yeah,
local horses. See, that's not a common activity. Although you see it all over the country, it is an unusual activity.
we have a wonderful place here called the Mosaic for handicapped children and Down syndrome children that their mothers have to work, and they keep the children and they have horseback riding for the children for therapy. And these children get to ride the horses, and they have people who volunteer to lead the horses and take the children on rides for their therapy to help their mental conditions. It's a wonderful thing. It's called Sunrisus.
Wow, that is so nice.
And the mothers who work can put their children there because it's for handicapped children.
Oh.
It's really fairly new. They just built a beautiful new arena for them to walk the horses out of the weather and everything.
Well, we're going to end this, so you know what to say.
My name is Jane Davis from San Angelo, Texas, and I'm here for Old Men's Stories.
Sure as every ocean's got a tide, everybody's got a song inside.